The Beale Papers, America's greatest treasure mystery. In the early 1800s, a tale of adventure, hidden treasure, and unbreakable codes emerged from the rolling hills of Bedford County, Virginia, a story that still captivates treasure hunters and cryptographers today. This is the history of the Beale Papers, a mystery wrapped in ciphers that promises riches beyond imagination. The story begins in 1817, when a man named Thomas Beale, described as a charismatic adventurer, led a group of 30 Virginians on a buffalo hunting expedition into the wild American Southwest. In 1818, Beale's party stumbled upon a hidden fortune of gold, silver in a remote mine, likely in what is now Colorado. For 18 months, they worked the site, amassing thousands of pounds of precious metals. To safeguard their wealth, Beale transported the treasure back to Virginia, burying it in a secret location near Buford's Tavern, about 4 miles from modern-day Montvale, in 1819 and again in 1821. To protect the treasure's location and ensure it could be claimed by their heirs if they met misfortune, Beale created 3 ciphertexts, encrypted messages written as sequences of numbers. The first cipher detailed the treasure's exact location, the second described its contents, and the third listed the names of Beale's men and their next of kin. In 1822, Beale entrusted a locked iron box containing these ciphers to Robert Morris, a trusted innkeeper in Lynchburg, Virginia, with instructions not to open it unless Beale or his men failed to return within 10 years. Beale promised a key to decode the ciphers would arrive from St. Louis, but that key never came. Then, Beale vanished, never to be seen again. In 1845, after 23 years of waiting, Morris opened the box. Inside, he found 2 letters from Beale explaining the treasure and 3 pages of numbers, the mysterious ciphers. Morris tried to crack them but failed. Decades later he passed the papers to a friend who made a breakthrough, using the Declaration of Independence as a key. Where each number corresponded to the first letter of a word in the document, the friend decoded the second cipher. It revealed a staggering haul, over 1,000 pounds of gold, nearly 4,000 pounds of silver, and jewels worth millions in today's dollars, buried 6 feet underground in Bedford County. But the first and third ciphers, holding the location and the names, remained unsolved. In 1885, a man named James B. Ward published the story and the ciphers in a pamphlet called the Beale Papers, sold for 50 cents in Lynchburg. The booklet sparked a frenzy. Treasure hunters, amateur sleuths, and professional cryptographers, like Herbert O. Yardley and William Friedman, pored over the ciphers, testing historical texts like the Constitution, Shakespeare's plays, and even the Molasses Act of 1733 as potential keys. Despite their efforts, the first and third ciphers resisted all attempts at decryption. Some, like cryptographer Jim Gilligley in 1980, found strange patterns in the first cipher, hinting it might hold a real message, but no clear solution emerged. The Beale Papers also stirred controversy. Skeptics, including historian Joe Nickell in 1982, argued the story was a hoax, possibly crafted by Ward himself, a Freemason. They pointed to anachronisms, like the word stampeding used in the letters, which didn't exist in the 1820s, and the lack of historical records of Beale or his party. The gold rush in the Southwest, they noted, didn't begin until decades later, casting doubt on the tale. Others suggested the ciphers were a Masonic allegory or a clever scheme to sell pamphlets. Yet believers countered that the detailed second cipher and the story's consistency lent credibility, and the dream of buried treasure kept the hunt alive. For nearly 150 years, the Beale Papers have fueled obsession. Treasure hunters have scoured Bedford County, some bankrupting themselves or breaking laws in their quest. All modern efforts of advanced cryptography have failed, but the ciphers remained unbroken until recently. Astonishingly, in 2014, a single individual claimed to have cracked the elusive Beale code, unraveling the secrets of the first cipher after nearly 2 centuries of mystery. Details of this breakthrough remain scarce, and the treasure's location, if it exists, has yet to be confirmed. Will the vast treasure be found, or has it already been unearthed years ago? As the plain text is being verified and the barriers of archaic language are being broken down, the fact that the Beale ciphers have been cracked is a significant achievement in the field of cryptography.